Speaking of Concacaf powers, we get a little vote in here for Concacaf Men's Player of the Year as we take a look at the nominees. From Panama, Adalberto Carrasquilla. From Jamaica, Leon Bailey. From Canada, Jonathan David. Also from Canada, Alphonso Davies. From the United States, Christian Pulisic. And from Mexico, Santiago, Gimenez. All right, Herc, who is your Concacaf Player of the Year vote going to?
Whoo! I really hope he didn't cheat on this one, but I'm going with Jonathan David. Come on down. That's right. Oh, Canada. No drones on this one. My man did it all by himself. Listen, 26 goals, 9 assists in all comps. Only one player in Ligue 1 in France scored more goals than this man, and that's Kylian Mbappe, who is now with Real Madrid. He got Leo playing well. He scored a bunch of goals, and in the Canadian national team, he got him to a Copa America semifinal where he was their leading goal scorer. Influential and important piece to Jesse Marsch's puzzle. When doing this exercise, I had to put both club and country together and who had the best collective season. It's going to stay in Canada. Alphonso Davies has been the back-to-back winner of this Concacaf award the last 2 years. It'll stay in Canada with Jonathan David, who had a stellar club season and is parlaying that into a future transfer right now. Hot on the heels, Roma seems to be the place right now. And with Canada, he was just as good in Copa America and led them to a semifinal. So I have to go with Jonathan David. And when we speak about the others, I will tell you why not the others. But out of all these candidates, he's the one that had the best collective, club, and national team year.
Hard to argue against David. Great club season, great Copa America, scored against Peru in the group phase, scored against Uruguay as well in that third place match. As you mentioned, a very successful summer for the Canadian striker. I'm going USA, baby. I'm bringing it south of the border here, Herc. It's got to be Christian Pulisic for me. Again, a combination award here as we factor in both club and country. We can talk about what he did at club. I think a sensational season at AC Milan. I know there were some complaints about flat track bully stats, certainly from our production team, as he scored most of his goals against kind of the cannon fodder there in Serie A. Goals are goals, and they're double-digit goals in first year in a league that's pretty tough to play in. So I think on a team that didn't play all that well, I know they finished third, but really didn't play all that well in Serie A, Christian Pulisic had an outstanding year, very strong build. And then if you think about what he did for the United States, especially in Nations League, I think this is a player who every single time he plays for the United States seems to deliver. I know the Copa America didn't go well, but scored that banger in the opener against Bolivia. And even when other guys don't show up, Christian Pulisic is almost a guarantee to get it done for the U.S. For me, it was between Pulisic and Leon Bailey, actually. Thinking Alphonso Davies as well. Though really, almost with Davies, I think he's a little bit a victim of his own success. Yeah. We had so many conversations this year about Alphonso Davies maybe not having the season this year that he had in years past. So I was a little gun-shy on Davies. And then between Pulisic and Leon Bailey, man, it's what Pulisic does for his national team that's the difference in my vote. With Leon Bailey, incredible club season, but how can I vote for him, Herc, for Concacaf Player of the Year when he doesn't show up in the big tournament for Jamaica? I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and he's not shown up for Jamaica in his time there. That's the problem with Leon Bailey. But if this is strictly club, everything in my body wanted to say Leon Bailey's the guy, the best club season out of all these. But when you add in the national team, this is why I went with Jonathan David. Now, why I didn't pick Christian Pulisic? Christian Pulisic, stellar year in Serie A. But Christian Pulisic, and this is a team sport, and you get benefit from where your team is, you also lose from where your team is not. Crashed out of the Champions League, crashed out of Europa League, crashed out of Copa America, was a couple seconds from not making that final in Nations League against Jamaica. I had to go with Jonathan David.